Hey everyone, we have Stephen Yong here with us. He is the founder of MyPF and Chief Knowledge Officer at Wealth Vantage Advisory. So Stephen is a licensed financial planner, and the reason why I have him here today is to share with us 3 reasons why you should work with a licensed financial planner. So Stephen, why should we work with a licensed financial planner?
Hey Bob, just so good to have this chat here with you.
Yeah.
And if you look at just 3 reasons why you should be working with a licensed financial planner, maybe I should start, with qualifying what is a licensed financial planner. So it is actually a regulated term in Malaysia. You actually need a license from the Securities Commission in order to be a licensed financial planner. And besides that as well, you need to have a related professional certification as well. For example, a certificate in financial planning. And that kind of ties in, the first reason why you should be working with a licensed financial planner is that the financial planner actually works in your best interest. So if you're actually a certified financial planner, you would be basically what is known as a fiduciary, which is basically just a big word saying that the things you do are actually in the best interest of your clients. So a licensed financial planner is not tied to any particular product or service, but instead it's looking at all the solutions out there, all the possibilities out there that are legal and licensed that would actually work best for your personal and individual needs.
Oh, and what are the 3 reasons?
Sure. So moving on to the second reason, the second reason why to work with a financial planner is that it is fully holistic. So when we say holistic, it means that we look at every single part of your financial planning. So for some people, you might be facing things like cash flow issues, debt management issues, especially with the moratorium ending as well. You might be looking at things like, your investments, are they performing towards your expectations? You might be looking at things like wealth protection. That means for your insurance, for example, are you overpaying for your insurance, or are you undercovered? Or worst case scenario, you're both overpaying and undercovered, and what can you do about that? A lot of people don't know as well. We also covered even things like estate planning. That means legacy planning. If you pass away, what actually happens? How do you make sure that, it's like a double tragedy occurs and you have children or dependents like older parents? How do you actually manage that kind of situation? And we even cover things like personal tax planning as well, how to actually maximize your taxation.
Okay, and the last one?
All right, and for the last one, it would be actually looking at your growth. So we're talking about growth. A lot of people, when we look at growth, the first thing that comes to mind is investments. And that's true, we do cover investments definitely. But more than that as well, it's also looking at your net worth growth. So your net worth is basically your assets minus your liabilities. So we're able to see what level your net worth should be at your current age, your income level. It's not comparison with other people, but just to know that, are you an average accumulator of wealth? Are you an above average accumulator of wealth? Or are you an under average accumulator of wealth? So we try to look at net worth growth year on year. So on my side, I try to aim for about 20% net worth growth on average for all my clients. That may seem a lot for some people, but it's definitely doable if you put your mind to it. So it's a mixture of savings, investments, optimizing your cash flow. And then my favorite topic, which is actually investments. So when we look at investments, I usually suggest that instead, a lot of Malaysians, what we do is that when we look at investments, it's a friend or maybe a family member recommends, try a little bit of this investment, or maybe you hear something and you invest a little bit there. So it's bits and pieces everywhere. But I'll suggest a better approach is to have a big picture overview of how your entire investment portfolio should look like. And then only you look at the small pieces like jigsaw puzzle, you have the big picture, and then only you fit all the various pieces that fit within that should make up your investment portfolio. So by right, we should be diversified across, there's actually 5 major asset classes. The first being cash or cash equivalents. The second being fixed income, which includes things like bonds. The third would be equities, whether you do that through direct shares, funds, ETFs, etc. Fourth would actually be property. So that's things like investment property, commercial property, REITs, real estate investment trust. And the fifth one is actually alternate asset allocations. So these are things like commodities, gold, silver, even cryptocurrency, private equity, all that will fall under alternate asset allocations. So you need to have all 5 asset allocations, and by having proper asset allocation, it actually reduces the volatility, which is basically a measure of the risk of your portfolio, by actually 90%. and asset allocation actually accounts for about 40% of your returns. So
Mm.
just by having the proper asset allocation, it would help you to make sure that your investment portfolio is actually optimized, generating the returns towards meeting your various financial goals.
Cool. Yeah, thanks, Stephen. And one more question, right? Since we are here, because a lot of times when we imagine financial planners, we think it's for rich people, and we got your 3 reasons just now. But who should actually work with a financial planner?
I would actually go on a limb and say everyone, to be honest.
Yeah.
Gone are the days where, you needed to have millions in your bank account before you went to talk to a financial planner. We're just making financial planning just so accessible. And if you look overseas, even to nearby countries like Singapore, Australia, UK, in the States, etc., having a financial planner is just so common and the norm. And you really see the benefits from working with a financial planner. And it's so cost effective as well. Nowadays, it costs less than your gym membership, to be honest, every month.
Really?
To engage a financial planner. So there's really no reason that you choose not to. And a lot of times, what we do as well is we realize that there's that hurdle, that first step to just talk to a financial planner. So we are very normal human beings as well, so we experience the same things we do. And for me, myself, I invest in the same things that, I talk to my clients about. So, I have my own skin in the game. I think that's really important as well.
Cool. Thanks, Stephen. Yeah, so everyone here who's watching this video or on LinkedIn, if you want to plan out your finances, you want to plan out your investments, you want to plan out your growth, right? Or you want to have an overall plan just for your finances, please connect with Stephen and, contact Stephen. And, it costs less than a gym membership to work with a financial planner. So please contact Stephen, and, the WVA team will be in touch with you. All right. Thanks, Stephen.
Thanks, Bob.